What's up, everybody? Thank you for checking out episode 2 here with DVCI. Today, we're going to quickly discuss what, in my opinion, is one of the most overlooked coverages when it comes to the insurance program for contractors. And that coverage is your inland marine coverage. This is hands down the least understood part of most insurance programs for contractors, but arguably one of the most important. And if it's not addressed appropriately, if you don't have a good understanding of what it is, you could be putting yourself at risk or have a huge gap in your program. So let's talk about inland marine coverage and what it is. First, let's, address the elephant in the room, and that is the name is extremely misleading. Contrary to the name being inland marine, this has nothing to do with water, and it has everything to do with your tools and equipment, materials, when they leave your office, shop, or your primary premises for your business. Okay? So once we can get past the challenge of the name being misleading, right, and understand what inland marine coverage is for, we can start to peel back some of the most important parts of it. Now, the reason this is so important for contractors is because your tools and equipment and your materials are how you make your money, right? Anything that you bring to a job site, leave at a job site, use at a job site is how you make your money. And that is exactly what your inland marine policy is designed to do. It's designed to cover those things while they are away from your primary location for your business, okay? So again, the importance, once you understand what this is designed to do, the importance is extremely clear, right? If you have somebody steal equipment or tools from a job site at night, obviously that's going to be a huge challenge for you and your business. If you lose a piece of equipment that was left at a job site, or if you have a piece of equipment that gets damaged while you're using it at a job site, that is all part of your inland marine coverage. Things like theft, fire, whatever it may be. If somebody steals a truck, and obviously the vehicle will be covered under your auto policy, but the coverage for everything that's inside of that vehicle would fall under your inland marine policy. Now, a common misconception here most contractors believe is that their property, their tools, equipment, and material are covered under their property policy. But that policy is specifically for your stuff when it's at your primary place of business. Once it leaves there, your inland marine policy, if you have one and if it's written correctly, is designed to cover that, right? So just to give a high-level explanation of the things to look for and ask about regarding your inland marine policy, here's a few. Number one, your biggest exposure here would be any large pieces of equipment that you bring to a job site. Whether you're working from heights and that's a scissor lift, whether you're doing any type of digging or site work, it could be, an excavator. If you're doing paving, it could be your rollers. Any larger pieces of equipment that you bring to a job site need to be or should be scheduled on your inland marine policy. In addition to that, any smaller tools, whether that's hand tools, it could be for plumbing contractors, it could be pro presses, it could be anything that leaves the office on a consistent basis that's on a truck or at a job site. And the third piece would be your materials. And any large materials or even small materials that you may bring to a job site or leave at a job site or keep on a truck on a consistent basis is something you want to make sure you have adequate coverage for. And the last piece, a little bonus without getting too in depth here, would a part of your inland marine program is the installation floater. So this is coverage for your labor and your materials while you're in the process of completing a job. These are all pieces that need to be addressed that you as a contractor need to understand fully so that you don't have a huge exposure out there that you may or may not be underinsured for, okay? Our goal at DVCI is to always make sure this is one of our primary points of focus, to make sure that we are consistently checking in on equipment lists, making sure that we have adequate coverages and adequate limits for whatever exposure our clients may have. Next time you review your program, be sure to take a look at, like I said, what is one of the most overlooked and misunderstood parts of your insurance program. All right. That's high level for today. We'll continue to get more in depth on this because it is so important. So be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with anybody who you think may find it helpful.